Last week, we found out that Elon Musk on one day made billions upon billions of dollars. And to put it in perspective how much money that is for one day of earnings, we told you about the fact that the World Food Program director had pointed out how easy it would have been to cure effectively all of the world's hunger with just a small portion of what he made. Works out to this David Beasley, director of the World Food Program, says we need billionaires to step up. He noted that even just 2% of Elon Musk's current net worth could solve world hunger. Translates to about $6 billion. That is a lot of money to you or I. That was it 4 hours of what he made on that one Monday? He says that the top 400 billionaires in the US, they had a net worth increase of 1.8 trillion in the past year. 0.36% of that would do it. It's like one of those things where you like round up to donate to charity. If the billionaires would just round up, they could cure world hunger. Well, Elon Musk is always on Twitter. Literally right now he's tweeting. So he responded to this saying, if WFP can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. Which I'm sure if you're a massive Elon stan sounds like him being willing to do it. To me, it sounds incredibly defensive. If you can, in 180 characters, describe how we cure all of this, then I'll do it. If not, you've lost $6 billion, which is kind of how you act when what you care about is your Twitter more than people going hungry. But I don't know, Francesca, maybe I'm just being too hard at him. I don't know.
No, absolutely. The worst billionaire who just made like a boobies joke the other day. Like, cool, dude, you're the richest man on earth. And you're being snot-nosed about it. Like, at least Bill Gates has the decency to pretend like he cares while actually evading billions in tax dollars, but then actually helping people, because the Gates Foundation does help people. Yeah, they're getting all the patent rights, but they help people. Elon Musk does not care about any of that. It is very much a punk response to the World Food Program. And he's not gonna do it. It doesn't matter what comes next. He's not gonna do it, but let's talk about it.
No. He says it must be open source accounting so the public sees precisely how the money is spent. That's all it is. That's all he needs. Well, then the WFP responded. David Beasley says, I can assure you that we have the systems in place for transparency and open source accounting. Your team can review and work with us to be totally confident of such. And at that point, that's it. He didn't respond anymore. Maybe since we produced this, he's responded, but he had pretty much dropped off the map because at the end of the day, this isn't about transparency. Look, and maybe Elon Musk is right. Maybe $6 billion won't do it. Maybe it's 8, maybe it's 12, maybe it's 40. Maybe no matter what it is a tiny little fraction of how much he actually has to do an immeasurable amount of good. At the end of the day, if he wanted to do it, he'd do it. Whether they can explain it in a tweet or not, if he can make a flamethrower or bore a hole through Las Vegas, he could do this if he wanted to. But this isn't his like little quirky trolley type thing. It's actually serious work that people who actually care about other humans do. It's not as fun. You don't get to do little jokes on Twitter about curing world hunger. So he's not actually interested. He's not gonna do any of it.
No, it's also because it's not his idea. This is the pathology of billionaires who got all of their money from dad and the emerald mine, but then made his own money, except for stole like other people's and took their talents and their expertise and then marketed it. But they're the genius, but then the workers, et cetera. So no, he is mad because it's not his idea. But once he figures out how to put one of his light tunnels of transportation underneath like a crop of like a field of crops that can make food grow faster. Like then he's all about it, but it's gotta be him. No. See, you can't, look, sir, it's the same as I'd love to give you $5 because you want to buy a meal, but what are you gonna do with the money? I can't trust that you're not gonna buy drugs with that money.
Exactly. Yeah, it's that times a billion. That's all it is. And of course, people are defending. And again, at the end of the day, I don't even care about the specifics. My point is, you are under no obligation to do any of this. Of course, it's your money. But with great power come something. I don't remember. I think that there's a saying about that. And he is choosing to do certain things and not others. And if you have the impossibly easy option of doing this, because again, he could spend 10 times this and still be the richest man on the planet. If you don't do something this good, that would mean nothing to you, it wouldn't be a sacrifice in any way for you, then I'm gonna judge you way harder than I would judge a regular person giving up $1. Because that dollar means more to their net worth than this does to you, and he doesn't care at all about it.
No.
Don't be one of the people that defends Elon Musk.
He cares about dunking on Twitter. And also, by the way, I just wanna say really, really quickly, it is not that expensive. That is if you stop like pouring external money into countries and giving them like food that's not sustainable. People, when they have the actual technology and knowledge to grow their own food, to preserve their communities, it is actually not that expensive at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.